Welcome to the Jazz Piano School Podcast, episode number 360.
Welcome to the Jazz Piano School Podcast. Learn jazz piano without all the guesswork. Now, your host, Brendan Lowe.
Welcome to the Jazz Piano School Podcast, where we have one mission, that is to help you achieve jazz piano freedom so that you can express your true inner soul and emotions instead of having to copy what others have shown you. Now, we do this by providing structured and organized jazz piano education on specific jazz piano tools that you can then take and use over any tune so that you have complete jazz piano freedom. All right, welcome to the Jazz Piano School Podcast. My name is Brendan Lowe, creator and founder of Jazz Piano School. Thank you so much for being here. This is going to be a fun episode. And one of the members, the Jazz Piano School members that I've known for a long, long time, Suzanna, comes to all of the live streams, very, very engaging. I can tell, working very, very hard at the jazz piano journey, the jazz piano craft. She requested a walkthrough of this kind of for Valentine's Day. So I put together this literally just now, actually like an hour ago, and I'm releasing it for Valentine's Day. We're going to get it out today, right now, and get that out for her because she requested it. So this is going to be the tune All of You, Cole Porter tune. Amazing, amazing, beautiful, beautiful tune. And the melody and how the chords work with the melody is just gorgeous. Now, it's going to be a podcast walkthrough. I don't do many of these, but I'm going to be doing more of them. And the reason for that is because next week, I'm going to be releasing level 1 of my brand new Proficient Jazz Pianist Goal 2. So let me break this down for you. I've just released the Proficient Jazz Pianist 3-course bundle. Now, the Proficient Jazz Pianist is a bundle pack. You get 3 courses within the Proficient Jazz Pianist. When you buy the Proficient Jazz Pianist, you get 3 courses. These 3 courses, unlike being just kind of like education on topics, they're really goal-driven. They're goal-driven. My whole philosophy right now is changing to goal-driven education. Now, this kind of seems obvious when I say it out loud, which is really, really funny. But a lot of times, teachers just teach information. They just teach information. When we go on YouTube, we just learn information. We're not really thinking about our goals. We just kind of like want to learn jazz piano. I just want to learn jazz piano. I just want to learn everything in jazz piano, right? Well, that type of mindset is great. But the more specific you can get on the goals, the faster you can get there and the better you can become, because it's not really about learning more. It's about what you need to learn and more importantly, what you don't need to learn, right? There's so much information that students are wasting their time learning, unfortunately. I know it's kind of harsh to say, but it's just the truth, that they really don't need for some of the goals they're looking to achieve. And they just don't know that the information they're learning doesn't really apply to the goal at all. So they're spending hours, weeks, months, even years sometimes, learning this information that really isn't the bulk and the heart of what you need to learn. It's not the bulk of the skill sets and tools that you need to accomplish a specific goal. So the 3 goals within the Proficient Jazz Pianist are as follows. These are the 3 most desired goals. These are the 3 dreams that cut to the heart of all jazz piano students that I've heard students mention to me and say, and that even I had over the past 20 plus years. They've come to me and they said, Brendan, I want to learn how to play jazz piano in some sort of a group setting, whether that's a trio, a quartet. They want to make music with other people. That's their desire. They have the desire for community. They have the desire to play in some sort of band or some sort of setting with other musicians. Accompany someone, accompany instrumentalists. That's their goal. That's their dream. They want to play in some sort of group. That's fantastic. I love that. So what you need from that, whether you're going to be improvising or not, but at the basis of that is you need to learn how to comp. That's the main goal that you have to accomplish that dream. You get it? So you really don't need improvisation. If you want to accomplish that goal, you can do that very easily by comping. So that's goal number 1. That's course number 1 within the Proficient Jazz Pianist. All right. Goal number 2 that I've heard people say, Brendan, I want to be at home. I want to play for myself. I want to play for my family, maybe take on some gigs, right? Out and about. I want to play solo piano. I want to play solo jazz piano. I want to play that beautiful cocktail style ballad sound for myself, for my family. I want to be able to open up to a tune or learn tunes by memory and play not other people's arrangements, but not play transcriptions, play my own arrangements of beautiful jazz ballads anytime I play a ballad and make it gorgeous. And maybe, just maybe, if I get good enough, I can go out and like play at a bar or a lounge or for a wedding or something like that. Or maybe like at a farmer's market, whatever. I had a recent student, Victoria, who really wanted to play at a farmer's market, and she was working on solo piano, fantastic pianist. We worked on that in the mastermind program that I run for 9 months. So that was goal number 2. All right. Goal number 3, obviously I've mentioned it before, but is improvisation. Students want to learn how to improvise. Now, when I say improvisation, I mean more or less right-hand improvisation. Okay. Right-hand improvisation where you're improvising jazz-styled lines. Those 3 goals is really the culmination of everything that a student wants. So I ask you, what do you want? Like, what is your goal? What goal are you trying to accomplish? Because I promise you, depending upon what goal you're trying to learn, there's so many things you just don't need. Now, if you want to learn all 3 goals, great. I have a bunch of students say that, well, I want to learn all 3 goals, Brendan. Okay, you can do that, right? You have 2 tracks. You can work at all 3 tracks at the same time. That's going to be a slower process to get you to each one of the goals, or you can individually set some tasks to move forward towards one of the goals, and you're going to get to that goal faster. So I usually recommend picking just one goal so you can focus on it, get a certain way, and then maybe after a decent amount of time, usually about 3 to 6 months, you can be like, okay, I've made a lot of progress. I'm very happy with where I'm at right now. I can continue to work on this slowly, but I need much more help now in goal number 3. So I'm going to switch to goal number 3. I'm going to work really, really hard on my improvisation. All right. So this course, essentially, goal number 1 is all released and ready. It is within Jazz Piano School. If you're a member, you have full-time access to this, or you can actually buy the 3-pack bundle at a huge discount right now, saving you $200. So this course, because it is a 3-pack bundle, it's $297. You essentially get 3 very substantial courses within one. But for a time being, for the launch and the release of these courses, you can save $200 and pick it up for just $97. So you can go to jazzpianoschool.com/proficient, PROFICIENT. Wow, it's hard to spell without typing it. Proficient. Yes, PROFICIENT. jazzpianoschool.https://pianoschool.com/proficient. Okay, this will bring you to a checkout page where you can utilize that discount. But if you are a member, you get full access to it. So you can actually become a member of Jazz Piano School by going to jazzpianoschool.com and just clicking on membership. Or you can just buy the course itself, because this is some of the best education, if not the best, I've released since working on Jazz Piano School. And this course is really going to be the catalyst that's actually going to have me remap all of Jazz Piano School, the inside workings to Jazz Piano School, because this is how strongly I believe in these new types of educational paths I'm creating. I'm like, this is the way, okay? Not to quote Star Wars, but to quote Star Wars, this is the way, all right? This literally is producing so many results so fast, it's absolutely incredible. So goal number 1 is ready. Goal number 2, I'm getting to the podcast, don't worry, I promise you. It's not just like a whole 2-hour plug. But goal number 2, level 1, all of the courses are structured by levels. And the purpose of the proficiency courses are to let you know whether or not you're proficient at skill sets. Now, if you are proficient at skill sets, I give you certain indicators and a final test at the end of each level that you need to pass. Okay? I felt some of you just clam up now, get a little tense. Oh my God, he said test? Yes, but we need indicators. We need some sort of test to let us know whether or not we're ready for the next sets of materials, the next set of skill sets to take the next step. Again, one of the reasons that students just are stuck in the mud, spinning their wheels, is because they grossly overestimate how good they need to get at a certain type of tool that you need to accomplish your goal. Most of the time, we're just cruising through information. We're jumping around. We're chasing our shiny pearls, our fills, our licks, our movements, our ballads. We're just reading transcriptions. We really don't have any idea what types of things what skill sets and tools we need to accomplish to really get us to our goal. And that's exactly what this course does, and that's exactly why it's wildly successful right now, creating results within students. And I've gotten amazing feedback on it. So every level, you have a final test. And when you take that test and you pass at the certain benchmarks that I provide to you in the course, you move up to level 2, right? Then level 3, then level 4. And you're actually leveling up and understanding why you need to level up, how you need to level up, and what it takes to get you to your goal. And the more you level up, the closer you get to your goal. All right? So level 1 of goal number 2, Solo Piano Cocktail Style Ballads, is being released next week. I'm releasing it by level because I want students to kind of take their time through this. I don't want them jumping around. And so level by level, I'm going to release this. And if you pick up the course, again, you have lifetime access to that. Members have lifetime access to this, and they'll get the levels released as we release them, right? And if you buy it for the $97, saving $200, you'll have lifetime access to all 3 courses forever. And again, if you want to upgrade to get access to everything else in Jazz Piano School, you can do that as well after you've gone through the courses if you want. So not everything is in here. I mean, this is the proficient jazz pianist. It's making you proficient at specific tools. So my point being, in today's podcast, all of you, everything I am doing and playing and kind of going over it in a quick manner, because I only, it's only like within an hour. I'm not sure how long the podcast is, maybe 30, 40 minutes, but I am going over all the steps very fast, but you can literally get access to all of the steps broken down, all the skill sets with practice exercises and learn exercises, and everything I teach in this podcast and showing you, it's inside the Proficient Jazz Pianist Goal 2 in much more depth, broken out. So you have the tests, you have the level ups, all the skill sets, all the practice exercises to get completely proficient and reach your goal, right? And in this case, goal number 2, Solo Piano Cocktail Style Ballads. Okay? That was long-winded. Again, this is for one of the members, the Jazz Piano School members. So hope you enjoyed this. Go to https://jazzpianoschool.com/proficient. Proficient, right? And not twice. I was just repeating it. But that will give you the discount code. Essentially, it'll bring you to a discount checkout. You can purchase the course there, and we'll continuously release levels. And then finally, we'll release goal number 3, improvisation. And again, all the material here is meant to get you to a specific level and then become proficient at these tool sets so that you can move outside of the proficient jazz pianist within Jazz Piano School and start tackling even more advanced stuff. And you have an amazing foundation built. You have a proficient foundation built, right? That's going to allow you to take on really, really advanced things. It's literally going to unlock the doors, right? The secrets of the jazz piano universe, if I may, to allow you to just take on such advanced material with ease, speed, and just accomplish and play things you never thought possible, right? Ergo, just creating so much more fulfillment, fun, and joy in your jazz piano journey, which is what we're all looking for, right? Jazz piano, trust me, I know. It can be downright frustrating and annoying, right? Because, you can't learn the stuff. You go to teacher, you go to another teacher, you don't know what they're talking about. They're jumping all over. You go to one website, then you go to another website. It's a whole slew of videos. You don't know where to start. You don't know where to begin. You're kind of jumping back and forth. They like to play a lot. A lot of teachers like to play and not really teach. They just kind of play and show you stuff, but they're not really telling you. They're not really breaking it down for you. They're not taking the time to show you the inner working cogs of the system. They're just like, oh, this is a cool thing to do. Check it out. Do it. Now, granted, I do a bit of that in my podcast, but the courses inside Jazz Piano School, when you take that next step, very laid out, very systematic, very broken down for you, right? So if you're a member, hopefully I'm doing one of two things here. I'm trying to coax all the members into checking out this course because I know there's a lot of you out there that are members and haven't checked it out yet, okay? And if you're not a member, again, I'm still trying to let you know that this course is absolutely fantastic and I stand behind it fully, 200%, and I promise you it'll change your life. It'll change your life. So let's check out this tune. Beautiful, beautiful ballad, one of my favorites. I walk you through it, but then I kind of get going
And I actually gave you a little improv at the end because it's so beautiful and I was in the moment. I couldn't stop. So with that being said, let's dive right in. Again, don't forget to go check out the course. If you have any questions, please write into support@jazzpianoschool.com. We'll answer all your questions for you. Here we go.
All right, so I'm going to walk you through slowly kind of the foundational setup that I'm going to be using for this. And for the most part, this is very, very easy. This has come directly from my new release called the Proficient Jazz Pianist. Goal number 2, playing cocktail style ballads. So for the most part, through this entire tune, I'm going to be playing melody in my right hand. And I'm going to be splitting my shells between my thumbs, right? This is literally the golden ticket that I talk about in my new course, okay? That really produces the best cocktail ballad sound and is really it's the golden ticket. It's the secret. It's the golden key. It will unlock all the doors for you to play beautiful cocktail style ballads, okay? So this is what you're going to hear throughout the entirety of the course. This, mixed with reharms, a couple movements I'll show you, but at the foundation, at the heart of everything I'm playing, bass note, split shells between thumbs, melody up top. That's it. All right, so let's check this out. Here's my first voicing, as I just described to you. I have 1/6 minor third because this is a minor 6 chord. Right, so I got my melody up top. Now this is kind of thin, so what I'm going to do here is I'm always looking to fill out my voicing between the gap in my shell here, my bottom shell of my right hand, and my melody note. So you can choose a lot of different things. You can choose chord tones, extensions. So I'm just going to roll, let's see, the 11, the 5, and I'm going to double the 6 again. This is a gorgeous sound. 2, 3, 4. Again, bass note, shells. Here's my setup I just talked to you about. Melody. For this E flat major chord, this is what I'm going to do here. I did add the 5 here. You can always throw in the 5 to kind of like add a little bit more bass end support. I like to double anytime my kind of thumb is on the 3rd or the 5th. I'll show you those more, but you can double a lot of notes. I shouldn't say double, but add a lot of notes with a double thumb. This is a kind of a great pro hack, right? So here's a beautiful voicing again at the heart of it. Let's check this out. Bass note, shells, melody. I'm going to add the 5th here. I'm going to double. I'm going to add I keep saying double. I'm going to add the 9 here. Still have a big gap. You never really want to have big gaps in your ballads. So I have a gap of an octave right now. We have to balance our voicing out at least by thirds or like seconds, thirds, possibly fourths, but rarely. So if I do something like this, I have third, and I have a 4th up top, right? So I do have a 4th up top. That's okay. But I filled in that gap. This creates a beautiful, lush, full voicing now that can really resonate that E flat major. So we're going like this. I'm going to roll this. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's check out this minor 7 flat 5. The melody is the minor flat 5, so I don't really need to add that into the base of my chord, or I should say in the bottom end of my voicing. I'm actually going to use the melody to represent the shell in this case because the melody's so low. But I do need to get in the 3rd and the 7th of the chord. Boom. I'm going to do that here, and check it out. What am I doing here? I'm splitting my shells. Now I'm not using my thumb because the voicing's so close, but I am splitting my shells. So I got melody, shells, 5. I don't need the flat 5 down here because the melody is the flat 5. So again, from here, after we have this setup down, we can always fill. That takes a little bit of time to work on, but again, I'm going to put the root back in, and I'm going to add the 9. Look, check out that cluster. Beautiful, right? Now, I can't get the Bill Evans recording of this out of my ear, which has a little bit of a swag to it, so I'm going through this in a ballad style, voicing-wise, and I'm kind of playing it as a ballad style, but here it is again. Roll. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, here we go. Split shells, okay? It does call for a flat 9, so I'm going to put that flat 9 actually in between my shells. That's completely okay. I do have a tritone gap here, so maybe I throw the 5 in here. You don't necessarily need it. You know, you could do this, but again, it's kind of up to you in that situation. All right, so that's kind of the first 4 bars. I'm keeping it simple. I'm going to move down the chart here into the second line, and it's pretty much the same thing with a slight variation that I'm going to show you. Let me just move this over a little bit here. I'm getting cut off. That's okay. You don't need to see me. So then we move into same exact chord, right? Now there's a beautiful movement you can always use on major harmony, which is 5, sharp 5, 6. Or you can go 5, sharp 5, 7, 6. So I would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1. Back into that same voicing. No reason to change it, right? Now check this out. On my B flat 7 chord, this is such a beautiful opportunity to add a beautiful sus. I love this sus voicing specifically when the melody is a root. When the melody is a root, we get 9, 4, 13, and a beautiful 1 and 7 here. So again, here are my split shells. This is always happening. This is your golden ticket as I teach in my Proficient Jazz Pianist course in this Cocktail Solo Piano Ballads. You can get that now. It's actually released. Just go to jazzpianoschool.com. And check out the Proficient Jazz Piano course. It's really at the top of the courses page, or you can just join the membership and get access to everything too. Completely up to you. So here's that. Love this, right? So I love this voicing, and just to make it a little thicker, I'm going to jump down and hit a bass note because this bass note's a little bit high. We really don't want bass notes coming above this C here, and this is pretty close. So just to thicken up and warm the chord up, I'm going to jump down to hit that bass note. So from the F minor 7 flat 5, here we go. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Right? So here's this full line. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Beautiful, right? Beautiful. Let's keep moving on. Now, this E flat over G. I just play this as a G minor 7. You really can just play this as a G minor 7 here. And that's going to work the best rather than this E flat 6 chord. I mean, this is okay. I don't particularly like the sound of this. I love the sound of the G minor 7. So that's what I'm going to use. That's what I'm going to teach you here too. So we got melody. Remember, we got our split shells. Okay. And from here, I'm going to fill this out. I'm going to fill in the middle of our shells and up top. Okay. So I'm going to go... again, here's my thumb trick. I'm on the 5 and the 11 of the minor 7. Right? Let's put the 5th in down here just to balance the chord out a little bit. Again, big gaps in our voicing create thin balances in our harmonies. So I have my shell set up. Melody, 11 and 5. 5 here, and I'm going to throw the 9 in here. Right? So just like this. And I'm going to go down to my... here's my split shell, diminish, right? Split shell is always in the middle. Okay, I'll fill this out. Let's just use chord tones. I don't really need that 9 in there. You can throw the 9 in if you want. Let me see. Yeah, it works. But I kind of like diminished chords by themselves. Honestly, as is, they're beautiful that way. Again here, split shells. 5, maybe I'll throw in the 11 here, 9, and I'll put another shell in here. Right? Nice, beautiful voicing. Rolling these sounds really good. Maybe a flat 9 here on the B flat 7. Now again, in this case, that D is a third. So I'm not going to double my third down here. I'm just going to put my 2 shells. I always need my shells in my bass note. I'll throw in the 5 here. Right? Just so for some more color to thicken up the chord in flat 9. Okay, so again here. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Oh no, I threw in the 9 there, sorry. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's keep going here. This is a really nice part. This is one of my really, really favorite parts of this.
I can't reach this 10th, so I'm going to jump like this, right? So I got my shell set up here, shells in the middle, right, with my 10th. I'm going to throw the melody here is a flat 13, so that's nice. I'm going to throw a flat 9 in here. I got my shells in the middle. There's my original setup, right? I'm filling the space in between my right hand. Now check this out. My G minor 7 flat 5 over D flat. This is a beautiful chord. I'll just use an octave here to thicken up my bass here. So I'm harmonizing on that melody note. Just a regular minor 7 flat 5 with a melody. That's really all I need to make this beautiful. Right? C7. So here I'm just hitting I'm just hitting shells. I put the root in here just to thicken this up a little bit. Now check this out. I'm hitting. This is an E minor diminished chord with the melody. Moving into my F minor 7. So I'm actually hitting my C7 chord on beat 3. I'm going 1, 2, 3, diminished, minor. Maybe I'll do this. So again, shells, right? I do like to double the shell down here so I have my shells closer to my bass note. 11, another shell note, root, 9. And then B flat sus. And I'll resolve it with the melody. So right, so 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Did I play that right? 1, 2, yeah, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I would probably change that. There's a bunch of different things you could do there. I like making that an upbeat, so 1, 2, you could go 3 and, or 1, 2 and. You can anticipate it a little bit. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Or sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. That's a weird spot, right? So there's a lot of different ways you could do that, but you could add in some octaves there. That would be really, really nice. You don't really need to make it that fancy. And then we get back to the repeat here, or excuse me, not the repeat, but just the second half of this. This would all be the same. A little arpeggio. Can always fill some space by doing a left-hand bass note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, octave maybe for a little fill. All right, there's my same chord. I just keep using the same chord on the A flat minor 6. That's fine. You don't need to change it up, right? Now let's check this out. This is, it starts getting real beautiful here. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 4. So here, again, all of the things I'm doing right here is split shells, just filling it. Melody, harmony, harmonized. Now for here, again, I have my split shells, right? But I'm putting in a 5th here. I actually chose to take this shell with my thumb, so I'm actually not splitting the shells, but just for an easy kind of voicing, I went 1, 5, 7, 9, 3, melody. And then here's a really cool thing. On that, I love the 13 on the tritone of G minor 7, and then going into a C sus, and then maybe sharp 11, flat 9, 13. Right, so here's the full 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, right? Melody, and then beautiful. So again, here I'm doing tritone of G minor 7. Still with my split shells. Still doing my split shells, right? And then I'm filling in the middle. 9, sharp 11, melody. Right? C7 sus. Split shells here. 1, 4. Because the 4 is the sus, right? 7, 9. 4, melody. I'm using the exact same thing to produce the exact same results, again, all taught in my course every single time, right? Every single time, okay? So then we continue on here.
to this next section, which also is just really, really stunning. I mean, this Cole Porter tune is just beautiful. We get super high on the melody. The melody is a sharp 11. Love that. Beautiful, beautiful chord here. I actually made that a 6, but you can totally make it a major 7. I actually like the 6 on this, like an A flat 6 chord better than my major 7. Right? I'm not like, I like something about this is just beautiful. 1 6 3, not 1 7 3. Right? So our basic 7 is 1 6 3. Look, check out the setup. 1 7 3, flat 5, 7, natural 9, melody. This progression is just gorgeous. Again, big setup here. So again, for my D7, I can't reach this. I mean, I'm just gonna jump to these shells because the melody's so high. G minor. Again, I'm gonna use the same kind of reharm. Maybe I'll go sus, resolution, C sus, alter. So G minor, D flat 7 sus, resolution. This was like a 4, add 3. Love that. C7 sus, altered. Okay, into the last line, which again, still stunning, just the way this melody moves. C minor 7, excuse me, F minor 7. I'm actually throwing the 9 in here. It's kind of a cool Keith Jarrett move. He uses 1 and 9 a lot. Still has his shells in there though. C7, flat 9. F minor 7. All these voicings, guys, still with my split shells, and sometimes I'll add in the 7 down here again, so my shells are closer to my bass note. I double the 7 here. Just a standard flat 9. Regular, beautiful E flat 6 chord. So let me play through all of this, okay? And you're not going to be able to see the music because obviously the chart isn't big enough, but I will play through this. You can follow along with the chart. I'm going to switch my screen to this, and that way you can kind of see the chord symbols and all the notes, but follow along with the chart. And there's no way I'm going to be able to remember and replicate everything I did, but I will try my best. And you may hear some other fills and stuff you like too. You can kind of take some notes on that. But I'll just play through this. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Sus, resolution. Into a different thing here because I want to kind of expand the melody into an octave with a beautiful, lush, high voicing, right? Sorry. Oh, that's my favorite part. I ruined it. So that's the arrangement right there. Let me play through it again. And it's quite difficult playing things the same exact way when you're a jazz pianist.
because I'm trying to remember and do things. I'll play it a little bit more freely the way that I might play it. I'll still kind of keep it nice and slow, but I'll pick up the tempo. It's just walking a little bit more. Here we go. I'll give you 4 and 1, and then we're in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Oh, I wanted to throw in there. That was a resolution backwards. Pedal. So on and so forth. So the way that Bill Evans does this, I mean, it literally is the perfect tune for a kind of like a double time feel that he has, or more of like a swagger. Pedal. What a gorgeous tune. Sorry, I was so inspired to keep playing. I couldn't stop. Hopefully that was a little bit of helpful. I know I started really educationally and then kind of moved into more of a flow of just kind of demonstration. I think based on that initial section of me kind of explaining what I'm doing and then starting to pick up the flow of my demonstration, you really should be able to kind of put together the pieces. And I think it's actually better that I do that because it'll really force your brain to start to work things out, see what I'm doing, and then kind of start to, really analyze them and diagnose them for yourself. So you're working out what has to be done, what has to be played. Again, you can go to jazzpianoschool.com to check out the new Proficient Jazz Piano course. It's a 3-pack bundle with 3 different goals, the most coveted goals by jazz piano students I've seen over the past 30 years. How to play in a band, how to play with other musicians, so essentially comping how to play solo piano, cocktail style ballads, and different types of solo piano styles. And obviously, number 3, what is a lot of the times number one thing that most students want: improvisation. So that's a 3-pack bundle, amazing course. All the strategies you saw here are taught
much more in depth and thoroughly with practice exercises, videos, learn videos, practice videos, and so much more. Go to jazzpianoschool.com if you want to check that out. Hopefully that was helpful. And if you have any questions, just let me know. Take care.